Unfortunately in life, we go through breakups, heartbreak, and unexpected setbacks. And we always hear the advice, just focus on yourself, work on yourself, invest in yourself. Okay, but how? What does that really mean? If you feel like you've been losing yourself or getting thrown off track and want to focus on yourself but don't really know how, today we're going to cover what it really means to work on yourself with actionable morning habits that will help prioritize your mental and physical health. Habit number 1, wake up at the same time every day. Now listen, we all don't need to start waking up at 6 a.m. in order to be and stay productive. But seriously, it seems like there's such a huge competition to wake up earlier and earlier to prove that you're more productive. Waking up at 7 a.m., waking up at 6 a.m. I've seen people wake up at 4:45 a.m. So what's the answer? What time do you actually need to wake up for a healthy and productive day? It's consistency. So yeah, building a morning routine that focuses on yourself has nothing to do with the time that you wake up, because everyone has different schedules and a different work routine and different energy levels. But what you can do and have control over is the consistency of what you sleep and what time that you wake up. So going to sleep and waking up at about the same time every day is what's going to actually make you productive. And y'all, I tested this theory for a week. It really works. This past week, I woke up at 6 a.m. every day.
And yes, that includes Saturday and Sunday.
Can you believe that? But the consistency of waking up at the same time turned into a cycle of me also getting sleepy at like 9 to 10 p.m., which was the perfect time to wind down to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I have felt way more energized this week. Waking up at 6 a.m. is something I didn't think I would consistently be able to do, and yet somehow I wake up really focused and energized, and I just feel way more relaxed and less rushed, especially on work days. And if you're wondering if you're getting enough sleep, here's some signs that you're not. You feel drowsy throughout the day, your problems concentrating or remembering things, you notice an increase in weight gain, and just poor overall mood. So if you're looking on ways to focus on yourself, being consistent with the time that you wake up in the morning could be a great start to setting the foundation for a good morning routine. All right, we're up and we're ready. Now, what's the next step? Habit number 2 is hygiene, which is to clean and take care of your body and skin. I start off with pretty simple self-care, especially on days before the gym when I know I'm gonna come back and shower. But I'll start with things like brushing my teeth, washing my face. You know, it's so easy to compare yourself to others, especially when you're on social media all the time and feel like your skin isn't good enough or your hair isn't thick enough, silly things like that. But taking time to slow down and clean and care for your body and skin makes you realize everything that it does for you that isn't just aesthetic. Clean and care for your skin because you're grateful for everything that it does for you. Same with affirmations in the morning. This would be a perfect time to incorporate those in. Tell yourself how beautiful you are, how much you love yourself, and just get in a good vibe. But a morning filled with acts of kindness towards yourself and your body shouldn't be seen as a chore. It's an act of self-love. I, for one, love to pamper myself, and these things are so simple but uplift my mood. It just really raises the vibe and gets me going. Now let's talk about the next habit. Habit 3 is meeting your energy needs. Part of a good morning routine that focuses on yourself is, yes, setting up yourself and having a routine, a set schedule of things that you do. But that being said, you need to give yourself a little bit of space because you don't always wake up with the same energy level every single day. So learning to understand your body's needs and listening to your body is extremely important, especially for a woman, for example. You have to be very in tune to where you're at in your cycle. We have some weeks where we're super high energy and feel like we can take on anything, and then there's other weeks where we cannot bring ourselves to get out of bed. But this is why having a routine in place can actually help with those fluctuations in energy, because now it's something that you just do in the morning, which is set aside time to take care of yourself. So let's not put pressure on ourselves to do the exact same thing every day to consider it a successful morning, but determine what's right for you. So for example, my body is a priority to me, and I love and appreciate my health, and in turn I try to do everything I can to care for my body. Now for me, that's treating my body with respect and getting some time for physical activity. On days that I'm really high energy and just jumping out of bed, I'll go for a workout and I'll work up a sweat. I love to incorporate stretching. That's absolutely the first thing that I do. So be it a walk or a workout class or strength training or just stretching, it can be anything you want. Now, if you're a slow riser, aka not a morning person, and working out first thing in the morning is not for you, that's totally fine too. You can focus on yourself in ways that aren't physical. Things like journaling or meditating in the morning. Journaling and meditating is is like a muscle that you build in the same way like you're going to the gym. Your brain needs a break from the stress, and it can be really beneficial to get all of your thoughts out on paper so they're not jumbled around in your head. The point here is to remember that you are in control of your brain. You're in the driver's seat. And although you can't always control the thoughts that enter your head, you still have control over your life and what you choose to do. But cultivating a mind where you feel like you do have control of your own emotions is a sign of effort and work that you've put into yourself. And no, you don't have to be perfect. Because here's the thing, some accomplishments when you focus on yourself are not measurable. But that's why it's important to listen to your body. You decide what you want to include in this routine. The point is that this time should feel easy and makes you feel safe, alive, and peaceful. Next habit. Habit 4, be intentional with what you use to fuel your body. If you want to focus on yourself, we absolutely cannot skip nutrition. Nutrition is what gives us energy, supports our skin, and nourishes our body. So caring for yourself is being mindful of what you consume. So take the opportunity, especially in the morning, to analyze what it is that you're eating and drinking. What do you choose as energy? I know it can be really easy to grab a coffee first thing and make that your breakfast. Guilty, I have done that before. But if you want long-term sustainable energy, you need whole foods and water to give you authentic energy. My morning routine has some essentials, some staples that absolutely cannot be skipped. First and foremost, the first thing in the morning for me is a glass of water. When you wake up and go to the kitchen and have that first big sip of water, like honestly, I know water doesn't have a taste, but it tastes so delicious. I don't know how else to describe it. When my body feels hydrated, it feels supported, and it just sends energy to every part of your body. So I always drink water first thing. And when it comes to food, this is another moment where I listen to my body to see what I want. I am more hungry on certain days than others, but on mornings where I'm going to the gym, I usually try to get a light snack in. So that's something like a rice cake with peanut butter and banana, or I've also been opting in for fruit some mornings. So an apple tends to be the perfect thing at the moment. It's fibrous and gives me energy. Whole fruits and vegetables are going to be your best friend. And of course, staying away from processed foods first thing in the morning should be a good rule of thumb. Obviously not always, but just be intentional with what you're choosing to put in your body. I know when I skip breakfast and just drink coffee, I feel so sluggish later in the day. And yeah, I end up with that afternoon crash where I just can't get anything done. And on that note, when's the last time you actually spent a moment really thinking about the food that you're eating, enjoying the bite of whatever you're eating, enjoying the sip of whatever you're drinking? And how you feel about your food can be the difference of whether you consistently eat good whole foods or not. Habit 5, declutter your space. Focusing on yourself is also about more than just cleaning your skin and body. It's about caring for your space, your home, the place that you call yours. And this is another super easy one. It's in your control and it makes you feel so amazing and accomplished. Like for example, let's start in the morning with making the bed. And you know, my brain always wants to start an argument in my head like,
well, you're just gonna sleep in it again tonight.
Or I'm not having guests over, so
why does it matter if I do my bed? No one's gonna see it.
But that's the whole point, is you're not doing it for anybody else. You're doing it to give a clean space for yourself because you care for your things. And doing your bed and the effects that it can have on your mental health is backed by science. The accomplishment of this small task gives you a sense of pride and courage to keep doing your best throughout the day. And this is a good example of doing something good for yourself even when no one's watching. When you have a clear mind and clear space, it allows you to think and act with purpose. You're not overwhelmed by the clutter. So yeah, anything that you can do to declutter and clean your space is a good use of your time. And this could be doing the dishes after you finish cooking in the morning, doing your bed, maybe ironing or folding away some clothes. All these can be seen as chores of maintenance, right? But the thing is, caring for yourself, that work is never really done, is it? It's an ongoing journey, and no, you're not always going to feel great. Having a set morning routine doesn't mean that you're going to wake up feeling amazing every single day. For example, I know this time of the year, it's fall, it starts to get darker earlier, and sometimes I get those winter blues. But that's exactly why you can stand to benefit from a routine, because you can set these systems in place even on the days that you're not feeling your best. You're set up with the tools for success. So yes, the journey of life can be pretty unpredictable. And maybe you're down or in a slump and want to know how to really work on yourself. And the number one tip I can give you is to enjoy the ride of caring for yourself. Listen to your body and you'll learn to understand it a little bit better in the process. It's okay to feel lost as long as you give yourself the time and space to find your way back. Thanks for joining me, sending you love and positivity this weekend. And if you want to keep the ball rolling, check out my evening self-care routine. Thanks y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.